Okay, so start off, why are you all here? Why are so many people concerned? Do we have any little kisses? They're over here. Okay. To encourage you all to, y'all to speak up, we have some little prizes here for the correct answer. So here's the first question. Life expectancy. In 1900, so about 100 years ago or so, what would you guess would be the average life expectancy?
65. 62.
Okay, so I heard everything from 35 to 65. Actually, ma'am, you were the closest. I think you said 50. The average life expectancy was 47 in 1900. Now, depending on whether we're male or female, that's almost doubled. So a lot of the issues that we're facing now, dementia, Alzheimer's, spending years in a nursing home, if you die at 47 years old, that's not something you have to worry about. Dementia, Alzheimer's is a new disease because now we're living long enough to experience those diseases. So huge change there. And what kind of strain, we hear about this in the news all the time, what kind of strain do you think that is putting on Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid? Huge strain. As I say, we hear about this balancing the budget, deficit reduction acts. We hear about that in the news all the time right now. And my generation, the baby boomers, I read a statistic recently, there's 10,000 baby boomers in the US turning 65 every day. 10,000 every day. So again, huge strain on our financial systems at the federal as well as the state level. And society, our families have changed as well. Back in 1900, many people were living on the farm. There would be 2 or 3 generations on the farm. Grandma, when the kids were young, Grandma would take care of the young children. And then as Grandma aged, the kids would grow up and take care of her. That rarely happens now anymore. Lots of clients I have that perhaps the parents are in Charlottesville, they have a son in Florida or a daughter in New York. We're spread out all over the country, so that's changed. And the seniors that I talk to, when I ask them about these questions, they say, we don't want to be dependent on our family. We want to stay as independent for as long as we can. Our kids have their own lives, maybe they have children of their own. We want them to lead their own lives. We don't want to be a burden on them. So that's expensive. How do we do that? Next chance for a prize here. What do you think the blank is there on the first bullet? The average cost of a nursing home in the Central Virginia area for a month? We're going to need more kisses, Liz. Yeah. Okay. It was in the ad, that's right. It's about, I heard you say 7,000. Yeah, it's about 7,000 a month. I saw a statistic from JABRA. They said the average private pay room with, single room, your own room, is 82 to 83,000 a year for private pay right now. So if you figure an average, let's say 80,000 a year, an average nursing home cost of 3 to 5 years. 3 years is is an average, but many people spend 5 years or more in a nursing home. I saw a client recently, her husband has been in a nursing home since 1989, so frightening statistics. But if we take an average of, say, 5 years at $80,000 a year, well, you can do the math. That's $400,000 over a five-year period in a nursing home. So how long before we lose everything, before we lose all our savings? How long before the money runs out? For most of us, not very long. You'll see about 2/3 of the way down the first page, we put this in a big box because I think this is very important. The information on the slide here, and it's also, as I say, on the handout. The greatest threat to the financial security of middle Americans is the cost of long-term convalescent care. In other words, that long-term stay in a nursing home. Yes, ma'am?
A question about your financial payments. If you get so that you're running out of money, can they take your house, or is it protected?
Potentially, if there is someone living in it, it's protected. They can always put a lien on it.
So they can put a lien on it, and after that person who's living in it expires?
Yes, or if it's a spouse and they go into a nursing home or move out, then the house is no longer protected if it's empty. But that's one of the things that we'll cover as to how to go about protecting that. But yes, it is exempt initially, but it is potentially an asset later on for Medicaid to recoup from. So who's going to pay for long-term